Imagine a single body hiding not one, not two, but 24 completely different personalities. This is the unbelievable true story of an American man known as Billy, a case so mysterious it still baffles experts today. In October 1977, in a quiet part of Ohio, 3 similar robberies occurred within just 10 days. A stranger would hijack victims in a parking lot, force them to drive to a bank, withdraw cash, and then vanish without a trace. The victims, shocked by the method and precision, all pointed to one man, Billy Milligan, who was 22 years old at the time and had already served time for a pharmacy robbery 2 years earlier, having been released only 6 months before these crimes. When the police arrested him, he did not resist and acted as if he were completely innocent, repeatedly insisting, "I never did any robbery," and apologizing as if it were a simple misunderstanding. Yet when officers arrived at his home, they discovered something utterly bizarre. Some rooms were immaculately neat while others were in complete disarray, giving the strange impression that more than one person lived there, even though Billy was the sole occupant. During questioning, Billy not only denied any involvement in the robberies but also insisted he was not truly Billy at all. His behavior grew even more puzzling when, during transport to the police station, his handcuffs mysteriously unlocked and an accompanying inmate casually revealed that he had unfastened them, while Billy sat dazed and confused, seemingly unaware of what had happened. Later, when confined at the detention center, Billy's mood shifted dramatically, from acting innocent to becoming violently agitated, even banging his head against the wall, which led officers to dress him in a straitjacket for safety. In a twist that stunned everyone, Billy managed to unfasten his own restraints, rolled up the straitjacket like a pillow, and fell into a deep sleep, leaving the police both astonished and suspicious. One forensic doctor, a psychologist called in to examine him, asked for his identification, only to be told by Billy, "I don't have an ID number, that is Billy's number, not mine." When pressed to reveal who he really was, he answered, "My name is David," and when the doctor asked where Billy was, he replied, "Billy is sleeping right here." The doctor then planned to speak directly with Billy, but suddenly, a new personality emerged. A calm, refined voice warned that without the permission of another persona known as Arthur, no one should disturb Billy because waking him could lead to self-harm. In an instant, that voice transformed into one with an unmistakable upper-class British tone that no ordinary person could fake, leaving the doctor convinced that Billy suffered from what we now call multiple personality disorder. Over time, experts determined that Billy actually had 24 distinct personalities, a staggering number, though some were kept hidden by his dominant personality, Arthur, who spoke like a true English gentleman and managed the others with strict control. Each of these personalities had its own unique traits. They ranged in age from a bright 3-year-old girl named Christine with blonde hair and blue eyes, to personalities claiming to be as old as 26, each with different appearances, voices, and even hand preferences. Only one personality, Alan, was right-handed and a smoker, while the others were left-handed. There was Reagan, a fierce fighter with a strong Yugoslav accent skilled in weapons and combat. There was Tommy, an escape artist whose remarkable ability to unfasten restraints became legendary. Kevin, who meticulously planned crimes, and even a tender 19-year-old female personality known for cooking, housekeeping, and writing poetry. Other personas included Christopher, Christine's brother who played the harmonica, and even a personality simply called Teacher, who uniquely held all the memories of the other identities and served as the anchor to integrate them into one cohesive self. Billy's early life was equally troubled. Born on Valentine's Day in 1955, his father was once a comedian whose star had long faded and his mother worked as a nightclub singer. However, the family was rocked by tragedy when his father, unable to bear the mounting pressures and debts, took his own life when Billy was only 3. His mother's subsequent marriages, along with the abuse he suffered at the hands of stepfathers, deepened the emotional trauma that would eventually lead to his mind fracturing into many distinct personalities. For instance, one personality named Sean emerged when Billy was 4, created as a protective response to harsh scolding, while another, Tommy, developed during violent episodes with a stepfather to help him escape danger. Over time, Billy would often lose track of time. with entire days or even weeks disappearing from his memory as different personalities took control, sometimes leaving him in places he could not remember arriving at. A phenomenon that felt like time travel and filled him with terror and confusion. In one particularly dramatic incident, Billy nearly committed suicide by jumping off a building, but at the last critical moment, a personality named Reagan intervened, stopping him and saving his life, though his memory of that moment was forever lost. As his case unfolded, police, forensic experts, and psychologists studied his erratic behavior and eventually recognized that his shifting accents and consistent, unique personality traits were not faked but genuine manifestations of multiple personality disorder. During his trial, his rapid and distinct shifts, especially the refined British tones of Arthur, convinced everyone that these changes were authentic. In 1978, a judge ruled Billy not guilty by reason of insanity and ordered that he receive treatment in a mental hospital instead of serving a prison sentence. His treatment was not aimed at eliminating his other personalities but rather at integrating them into one stable self, with the chosen anchor being the personality known as Teacher, who possessed the combined memories of all the identities and could guide them toward unity. After nearly 10 years of rigorous therapy, when Billy was 36, the court declared that his 24 personalities had been successfully integrated, and he was allowed to return to society. In a 2009 interview at the age of 54, he explained that although the different personalities still existed, he had learned to control them so that only Teacher dominated his behavior, enabling him to function in everyday life. However, his life remained tumultuous. During various episodes, different personalities would take over at unpredictable times, sometimes leading him to commit crimes. For example, during a series of robberies, one personality named Kevin would meticulously plan the crime only for another personality, Reagan, to emerge during the escape, and then yet another, Tommy, would impulsively spend the money, creating a baffling cycle that left authorities scrambling to piece together the true sequence of events. A detailed list eventually emerged, documenting all 24 personalities, each with its own name, age, and unique characteristics, from a timid, protective child to a hardened criminal. And while some were more dominant than others, all played a role in the intricate tapestry of Billy's inner world. The case of Billy Milligan remains one of the most astonishing examples of multiple personality disorder ever documented, revealing how a single mind can fracture into many distinct identities as a response to deep emotional trauma. Have you ever wondered what it might be like to have so many different sides of yourself living inside, each with its own secrets and strengths? If you're fascinated by the mystery of the human mind and the hidden depths of our personality, this story is sure to send chills down your spine. If you enjoyed this dive into one of the most mysterious cases of multiple personality disorder, please leave a comment, hit the like button, and subscribe for more mysterious and suspenseful stories that will keep you on the edge of your